But obviously, to see firsthand, again, is there white genocide happening in South Africa? Are white farmers being targeted simply for the color of their skin? Is their land being stripped away from them, and are their rights being challenged?
So the obvious question is, well, what did you find?
Well, again, you can't speak to former apartheid leaders who are white Africana farmers or representatives of farmers, and they themselves are saying that they were shocked that this was a narrative that was being formulated in the United States of America. They was absolutely thrown off that, of course, there is no white genocide taking place in South Africa. Of course, white farmers are not being targeted and their land is not being stripped away. And so this was coming from their own narrative and from their own point of view.
So, as a man who has Trump's ear, and you can update us if that situation has changed in any way,
He's still the greatest president in the entire United States of America, and I believe the entire world.
All right, we'll circle back to that to that view that you hold of him. But we also have, from a South African perspective, and you see this, nationally expressed frustration that this is a narrative, a dogma that he holds on to, even in the face of evidence. You found something that's different to the narrative that he's holding on to. How do you take this message back, and what prospects do you think there are of changing his mind?
Well, listen, the president is the most powerful man in the world, and he has his own opinion. Nobody can make him believe what he wants to believe. But for me, this is about what's right. Right is right, wrong is wrong. That's the message that I took from Ukraine when I visited there. That was the message that I'm going to take back to the United States of America. And the president, again, the president desires peace. The conversation between President Ramaphosa and President Trump was a conversation I think needed to happen because of that Oval Office meeting. Whether we want to believe it is right or wrong, the president brought up some points that I think has now brought it to the forefront of South African politics. For instance, there is no white genocide, but there is a high crime rate that is taking place. Just yesterday, again, receiving information from white farmer apartheid leaders who also represent white farmers are giving me the actual stats. 5,200 murders just in the last quarter of 2025. And out of the 5,200+ murders that has taken place, 12 of them were related to farmers. And out of the 12, only 3 of them were white. And so clearly there is not a white genocide or a targeted attack on white farmers. But, however, there is a crime problem. And because of the conversation that President Trump had and some of the points that he brought up, it is bringing to the forefront a crime problem that must be addressed in South Africa. And so that's a good thing.
Pastor Burns, when are you planning to talk to U.S. President Donald Trump and share with him what you've shared with us now based on these conversations? And it would be lovely for you to name some of the people, again, I think you named them initially, of who you've been talking to that have really changed your mind, essentially, or given you a more clear and honest picture of what's happening in South Africa.
Well, again, I'm always in constant communication with the White House. I don't represent the United States government officially, but I have the awesome blessing to be a friend of President Donald Trump before he even announced that he was running for president. And my loyalty to him and the United States of America is unshakable. He represents exactly what America needs right now. And my goal is that the 31% tariff that the president has recently put was about to go into effect on South African goods be changed. My prayer is that the human rights concerns that the president has, because of some of your white South Africans who did leave South Africa and did come to America, what their false claims. I'm hoping that you all are communicating with those people and asking them why in the world did they do what they did when in reality there isn't white genocide that is happening in South Africa.